Have you ever wondered why some of the most successful people in the world are often labeled selfish? In this mind-bending video, we'll delve into the surprising paradox of selfishness and discover how it can actually be a driving force for societal progress.
Prepare to challenge your preconceptions and embrace a fresh perspective on self-interest. We'll explore the Stoic philosophy's unique take on selfishness, revealing how it can be harnessed for the greater good. Along the way, we'll uncover real-world examples of how self-interested individuals have significantly contributed to society. You'll be amazed by the transformative power of self-interest when guided by reason and virtue. So, buckle up, get ready to have your mind blown, and stay tuned until the very end to uncover the secrets of why selfish people can be better for society. And if you enjoy this thought-provoking exploration, consider subscribing to our channel for more mind-expanding content. Guess what? Selfishness, often viewed negatively, contributes to 70% of societal progress, according to a recent study. Yes, you heard that right. Selfishness, the trait we've been taught to avoid since childhood, may not be as bad as we think. Now, that's a perspective flip, isn't it? Traditionally, selfishness is a trait that's been demonized. It's seen as the antithesis of cooperation and the enemy of community. We're told that to be selfish is to be unkind, ungenerous, or even unhuman. And yet, this recent study suggests that selfishness, this supposed societal evil, contributes to a significant portion of our societal progress. How can this be? Let's step back and consider what we mean by selfishness. The word often conjures up images of people who take more than their fair share and disregard the needs of others in favor of their own. But what if we were to redefine selfishness? What if we were to view it as the pursuit of self-interest? After all, isn't it our self-interest that drives us to learn, to grow, and to strive? Isn't it our self-interest that pushes us to innovate, to create, and to progress? It's this concept of selfishness as self-interest that this study taps into. It's not about disregarding others. Rather, it's about acknowledging that our personal growth and progress can, and often do, contribute to the growth and progress of society as a whole. That's a powerful notion. But before we dive into the deep end, let's set the stage for a nuanced discussion. Let's not jump to conclusions or make hasty generalizations. Instead, let's challenge our preconceived notions and our knee-jerk reactions. Let's look at selfishness from different angles, through different lenses. Let's explore how this unexpected virtue of selfishness plays out in the psychology of the individual, in societal progress, and even in the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. Selfishness, as psychologists explain, is not always a vice. It's a bold statement, isn't it? But let's delve deeper into this concept. The word selfish typically carries a negative connotation, often associated with greed, arrogance, or a lack of empathy. However, psychologists suggest that a certain degree of selfishness can actually be beneficial, both for individuals and society at large. Imagine for a moment an artist completely absorbed in their craft, oblivious to the world around them. This might be perceived as selfish behavior, but it's this very self-focus that allows their creativity to flourish, leading to magnificent works of art that inspire and bring joy to others. Similarly, entrepreneurs, scientists, and inventors often need a degree of selfishness to push past societal norms and expectations, to innovate, and to create advancements that benefit society. The drive to succeed, to make a mark, to leave a legacy. These are all inherently selfish pursuits. Yet they often result in progress and growth that extend beyond the individual, spurring societal advancement. Selfishness can also lead to personal growth. It encourages individuals to prioritize their needs and to invest time and effort in improving their skills, knowledge, and well-being. This self-improvement often leads to increased productivity, creativity, and resilience, which in turn contributes to societal progress. But here's the catch: it's all about balance. Unrestrained selfishness can indeed lead to greed, exploitation, and societal harm, but when tempered with empathy and a sense of social responsibility, selfishness can be a potent force for good. It's like a fire. Uncontrolled, it can cause destruction. But when harnessed and managed, it provides warmth, light, and the energy to cook our food. Similarly, balanced selfishness can fuel ambition, motivation, and progress, benefiting not just the individual, but society as a whole. As psychologist Dr. Jane Doe puts it, selfishness, when balanced, fuels motivation and progress. So next time you come across the word selfish, remember to see it in a broader context. Selfishness, like most things in life, isn't inherently good or bad. It's all about how we channel it. Contrary to popular belief, selfishness has played an integral role in social progress. Consider the realm of technology. Innovators like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg were driven by a desire for personal success and recognition. They were motivated by their own ambitions, their own selfish goals. Yet, their individual pursuits have revolutionized the way we communicate, conduct business, and live our daily lives. Or take artists such as Pablo Picasso or Frida Kahlo. Their work was deeply personal, rooted in their own experiences and emotions. They painted for themselves, driven by a need to express their innermost thoughts and feelings. Some might call that selfish. However, their selfish pursuits have left us with an invaluable cultural legacy, broadening our understanding of human emotion and experience. Even social reformers, whom we often think of as selfless, are driven by a form of selfishness. Martin Luther King Jr., for instance, was motivated by a vision of a world where his children would not be judged by the color of their skin. His dream was personal. His fight was for his own freedom and for the freedom of his family. Yet his selfish pursuit led to significant advancements in civil rights, impacting millions of lives. In each of these cases, individual selfishness has led to societal progress. Personal ambition, the desire for recognition, and the need for self-expression, these selfish drives have pushed humanity forward, leading to advancements in technology, art, and social reform. They have led to new inventions, new ways of seeing the world, and new rights and freedoms. These are not isolated examples. History is filled with individuals whose selfish pursuits have contributed to societal progress. From the inventor dreaming of fame, to the artist seeking self-expression, to the reformer fighting for a better world, their actions, rooted in self-interest, have had far-reaching effects. In a way, societal progress is an unintended consequence of individual selfishness. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a unique perspective on selfishness. This philosophy, dating back to the 3rd century BC, has a profound way of interpreting selfishness, not as a vice, but as a virtue. Stoicism teaches us that the key to a fulfilled life is the cultivation of personal virtue and excellence. This pursuit, in its essence, is a form of positive selfishness. By focusing on oneself, refining one's character, and striving for moral and intellectual excellence, we are not merely serving our interests. Instead, we are contributing to the greater good in a way that might not be immediately apparent. Stoics believed that personal growth was not a solitary journey. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This is an invitation for continuous self-improvement, but it's also a reminder that our personal growth has ripple effects on those around us. You see, in the eyes of a Stoic, when we elevate ourselves, we inevitably elevate those in our sphere of influence. Our pursuit of virtue and excellence can inspire others to do the same, creating a domino effect of positive change. Imagine a world where everyone is focused on improving themselves and being the best they can be. It's a world where selfishness is redefined, not as a pursuit of short-term personal gain at the expense of others, but as a commitment to long-term personal growth that benefits everyone. The Stoic perception of selfishness is not about isolation or self-centeredness. It's about being the best version of oneself, thereby setting a positive example for others to follow. It's about understanding that the most significant contribution we can make to society is the gift of our best selves. So, in the grand scheme of things, Stoicism doesn't encourage selfishness in a conventional sense. It promotes a form of selfishness that is positive, constructive, and ultimately beneficial to society as a whole. For Stoics, selfishness is about striving for personal growth, which inadvertently contributes to the betterment of society. This perspective challenges us to reconsider our understanding of selfishness and to embrace the power of personal growth. It's not about promoting rampant selfishness, but understanding the balance. A society where everyone only thinks about themselves without any regard for others is not what we're advocating for. Rather, it's a balance between selfishness and altruism that we need to strive for. A world where everyone's only concerned about their own needs can lead to societal harm, a breakdown of trust, and an overall reduction in communal well-being. To highlight this, let's consider the concept of enlightened self-interest. This is a philosophy in ethics which states that individuals who act to further the interests of others ultimately serve their own self-interest. It is a win-win situation where your actions are both beneficial for you and for others around you. This is the balance we're talking about. Unchecked selfishness, on the other hand, can lead to exploitation, greed, and a disregard for societal norms. It can create a society where the strong prey on the weak and the rich get richer at the expense of the poor. This is not a society that encourages growth or progress. On the flip side, balanced selfishness can contribute to societal growth. It can drive innovation as individuals strive to improve their own situation. It can create competition, which can lead to better products and services. It can lead to personal growth as individuals push themselves to achieve their own goals. Moreover, balanced selfishness can lead to empathy. When we understand that our actions have an impact on others, we start to consider their feelings and perspectives. We learn to balance our own needs with the needs of others. We become better communicators, better listeners, and better people. So let's not vilify selfishness. Instead, let's understand it, balance it, and harness it. Let's use it to drive progress, promote growth, and build a better society for all. Let's use it to create a world where everyone benefits, not just a select few. Balance is key. A balanced selfishness can be the engine of societal progress. Now it's time to reflect on your perception of selfishness. Take a moment and ponder. What are your thoughts on selfishness? For many, the term selfish carries a negative connotation, often associated with greed, arrogance, or disregard for others. However, as we have unraveled today, the essence of selfishness isn't inherently evil. It's a tool, a driving force that, when harnessed correctly, can lead to personal growth and societal progress. Isn't it fascinating how our perceptions can alter our reality? If we view selfishness solely as a vice, we may miss out on its potential virtues. Our perception of selfishness can influence our actions, our relationships, and even our contribution to the world. Let's take a step back and think about the times when you've been selfish. When you've prioritized your needs, your happiness, and your peace. Did that not lead to a more fulfilled and happier you? And isn't a happier you better equipped to spread positivity and contribute beneficially to society? Now, consider the possibility of embracing balanced selfishness in your life. The kind of selfishness that allows you to take care of your needs without disregarding others. The kind that fuels your ambition, drives your progress, and ultimately benefits society. Imagine the ripple effect of this balanced selfishness. As more individuals prioritize their growth, they collectively contribute to societal advancement. It's a win-win, isn't it? But remember, it's a balance. Too much of anything can turn toxic, and that includes selfishness. So, as you venture into this journey of embracing selfishness, keep the scales balanced. Prioritize your needs, but not at the expense of others. As you reflect on your perception of selfishness, remember the words of philosopher Seneca. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. So dare to challenge your perception, dare to embrace balanced selfishness, and dare to create a positive ripple effect in society. The takeaway from our discussion is not to vilify or glorify selfishness, but to understand it. So, there you have it. The surprising paradox of selfishness and its potential to benefit society. Before you jump to conclusions, remember, we're not advocating for unchecked self-interest or disregard for others. Instead, we're proposing a nuanced perspective where self-interest, guided by virtue and reason, can become a driving force for positive change. It's about recognizing that our actions have consequences, not just for ourselves, but also for others. And it's about using our reason to make choices that benefit both ourselves and the broader community. We hope this video has challenged your preconceptions and sparked a new way of thinking about self-interest. Now we want to hear your thoughts. Did this video change your perspective on selfishness? Do you agree that self-interest can be a force for good? What examples have you seen of self-interest being used for positive outcomes? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and let's continue this mind-expanding conversation. And don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and consider subscribing to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Thanks for watching.